Hi, I'm Lin.
And I'm Leo.
And today we're going to be practicing Ardha Matsyandrasana. So I'm going to demo this and Leo is going to be practicing the modified version. So to start with, I'm going to show you the foot position. So I'll show you this from this angle, this will be better. Now, this for a lot of people is quite challenging because that foot needs to be tucked under like this. And then you place each buttock onto each area of the foot. So for me here, my left buttock is going onto the centre of the heel and my right buttock is going onto the big toe joint. And a lot of people find this very challenging and the foot quite often slips. So there's lots of approaches to help you with this pose, so don't worry. Then the leg comes over and then you start to come into the turning action. So I will show you from the front. I'll give you a front demo for this because we have to show you at all angles. So those of you being introduced to this pose for the first time, then just be patient with it. It takes quite a long time to get the balance and the steadiness in the pose. So be it at this stage, keep the lift through the front of the body, and then we have to see we make space for the twist. So this leg really needs to come towards you, so you're able to get a little bit more rotation. Oh, that's my back leg clicked then. and then hold it on. So you can see you ground down at the base, keep the lift through the body, and breathe. And then release it. So if you find that action really challenging, then we're going to show you another way.
Absolutely. And lots of our students do find this pose very difficult to do. So it may be that you'll want to have a look at this way of working. And this is going into our runners series as well as being a general one in the pose directory. And it's so good for all sports people because it really elongates the IT band, piriformis, deep gluteal muscles, very strong on those actions.
Yes, so if you fall into that category or you've just got stiff hips, then this is the pose for you. So coming into, you can see here that Leo's just sitting on her support. But what we're going to do is turn the support around. So she's going to come into a Matsyendrasana action with the leg, and then you can see here that this just is supported on one buttock. That's one buttock.
I felt a bit strange.
That was the wrong buttock. So don't do that at all. Alright, so lift up. We've only got about 15 years experience.
Takes a long time.
So when you're in this position, it gives you that levelness and it teaches your foot to become more pliable. And this is only one method which can help. We will show you others as we introduce it again. And then coming into the action, taking the leg as you saw in the classic action. And when you bring the thigh towards you, you can work so much on these outer seams. It's so important, such an important action. So we're going to show you from the front now. So Leo will turn around and show you. Much nicer to have Leo face forward and her back to you.
This time we'll try and get the brick in the right place.
Yeah, I know. All angles, mad. Alright, so when you're in this position, you see that you support the opposite buttock to the Virasana action, and then you're in this position. And what we were saying, particularly what Leo was picking up on earlier on, was this IT band and this seam here. So you have to see that all of this area, which gets really stiff when you do a lot of sports, that area gets really nice and elongated. You see Leo's coming into a modified version. If you can take the arm in front of the thigh, then do so and get that action. Leo's got a brick here. Now for Leo, she probably doesn't need this brick, but if it was me practicing, I certainly would need that brick. So if you've got shorter arms, then do use the brick behind you and lift your sternum chest. If you haven't got any props, then do find your local yoga retailer, normally online, and get a couple delivered. And then we'll come to the other side. Extending the legs out.
It's a great pose for your back as well.
Yes, as you heard, my back never kicks, but they did then, which was really nice. Lifting up and extending. So the most important thing, as we've said in all of the videos, is that you do need to get space for any movement in the body, and also it is a network between your body through the structure and the muscular body. So when you're in this position, you have to lift up out of your pelvis, very important. Then take in the foot to the outer side of the thigh. As you saw on the other side, you see Leo is actually engaging with this action and working towards it. So when you're practicing Ardha Matsyandrasana, this is a really good way to get the twisted action of it. So you haven't got to worry so much about the foot and sitting on the foot. Alright, and you can take your arm to the outer side of the thigh and get that turn in action. So remember that the turn in the paraspinal was really important. You're getting this elongation from the spine all the way out to the outer edge is so important. And lift up. And it's so important also to breathe in these twists. It's so easy not to, isn't it, Leo? You're so concentrating on what you're doing. We understand that. But do remember that the connection with the breath and the asana is so important. And then releasing, coming into your sukhasana, your seated position.
Well, it's a lovely pose. Really enjoyed that. I hope you did too. Thank you for joining us today, and we'll see you again for another pose, another day.
Namaste.
Namaste.